So I want to propose something to you, that there is that negativity really comes from the consciousness. As everything else, it's out there. And the more we pattern our minds and wire, and we're wired, programmed as kids, and if there is programs that we're not comfortable with and we want to change because they're not serving us, and we know that because they're holding us back and we want something more. That's what that means, right? We want to have better relationships. We want to finish our projects. We want to have a positive outlook, be happy. You know, what does that mean? Can you be happy in a place of uncertainty? Absolutely. Why do we need to be defined by the outside world? You know, in the within space, when we're meditating and calming down and bringing our senses in and having this experience of meeting ourselves, everything is there. There's love there. Our bodies, and we know this through science, not only through ancient wisdom, which is very real because it's been around for thousands of years, obviously, because it works. But we know through science that where we allow our mind to go, it will. But our bodies are so intelligent that if we allow them to dissolve, to become peaceful, harmonious, we connect with a higher power. Whatever the higher power for you is, if you want to call it the universe, God, higher self, even if you don't believe in any of it, even if you're just looking at science, that we know there's energy, force fields. That's what we're talking about, connecting to this bigger than just this body. These bodies are vessels, and they conduct energies. So, thinking about becoming conductors instead of resistors to joining to higher power. And you don't have to be religious, you don't have to be of faith, although you could, absolutely. And it doesn't matter whatever your ideology on that is. The idea of God, the idea of energy, the idea of universe is one. And it's a collective, and we know it's a collective. And even for those that don't believe, we know, for example, at this very moment, that we're all connected on this earth. So nobody can deny that. So channeling these energies, noticing when they show up, and rewiring. Because we do have the reptilian brain, right? And what's the reptilian brain? The old brain, the one that we evolved with, that's there to protect us, to keep us small, to keep us safe, to keep us in the cave so nobody hurt us, nobody eats us. That's the reptilian brain. But it's also, so how does that manifest in our world? It's like, just me, I have to go get it, I'm better than others, I have to win. And then there's the other side, the frontal lobe, and the side that is about compassion, about love, connectivity, showing up for ourselves. What can I do? So when we move this idea of it's all happening to me, victim, to the idea of it's here to support me. I'm here to learn my lessons. And I'm here to be useful for others. Now, when we take our attention away from just ourself, myself, if I'm just involved, and I know this because I've been there, obviously, and I've suffered tremendously. So This is what all the teachers say. It does work. Focus outside. What can I do for you? Now, even in that space, it's not about what I can do for you to get back. Because you might not even notice, or the other person, right? Because that's for all of us. When we're doing something with kindness, with effort, of love, the other people might not even notice that, but it doesn't matter. Because ultimately, whatever we're doing for ourselves. Understand? But it's very empowering. When I could take myself out of my mind, my obsession with my being, that focus just on my mind, and use it for a higher cause, something outside of me. So just taking any thought that comes to our mind, and believe it will send us to a very scary place. It will allow to, it's digging deeper, a deeper hole. And it can get very deep. Okay, and then we start imagining things. And this happens either on a global level now, but it happens in relationships all the time, right? Even with ourselves. When we start going into negativity, it really feeds. Now the same thing is with positivity. And it's even stronger. It feeds and it grows. It's like the garden. What are we growing in our garden? What are the seeds we're putting in? And watering them. And then it's absolutely effortless, where you don't even think about it. It's not even a contemplation. It just is. And we know from science that this stuff, this feeling good, in a very genuine way, not because somebody did something, or we bought something, or or we're pretending just for 1 second, right? This rise and fall constantly. We're kind of staying in constant with this, identifying to it, making our permanent home.